right.
How's it going, man?
Looks like barbecue time to me. I know we're not in Texas, but we're going to have a Maryland barbecue today. Yes, sir, indeed.
You from Texas?
I am. I'm in West Texas, a place called Tolingua Ghost Town. We're way out in far West Texas by Big Bend National Park. That's one reason I put this bus on the road about 23 months ago. We know Bush. We know what he's like. We know what he's done. We know what he's doing. There's a bumper sticker on here that says, "Don't mess with Texas." Actually means don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with the Constitution. Don't mess with our Bill of Rights. And please, for God's sake, don't you dare mess with our Christianity. Don't mess with it. I'm a little bit heated about this because these men and women over there, they risk their lives in theater over there for a man that said we're in Iraq fighting for democracy. He says we're over there fighting for liberty and justice. And back here, man, they can come to my house, my adobe house in far West Texas, without me knowing about it and without knocking on my door. They can kick my door in at 3:30 in the morning or blow it up with C4, yank me out of bed. They can intercept all my emails without my knowledge. Due to the Postal Reform Act, they're now allowed to open our U.S. postage. And one thing that really galls me bad, I happen to be a cancer patient. I go to MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. And just after a little bit the Patriot Act was passed, they sent me a letter from MD Anderson Cancer Center telling me that in an effort to fight terrorism, that the U.S. government now has the right to look into all people's medical records for the fight of terrorism, for national security, and listen to this. This is the part that makes me want to vomit. For the protection of the presidency. Excuse me, George? What does my medical records have to do with your protection? I don't think so. I think it's a form of a way they can blackmail the people of this country. They can turn all our information over to the high-paying, falutin insurance companies, the medical complex, if you will. They can find out if we got a lint in our belly button from this. Suppose a young lady at 18 gets an abortion. Suppose she becomes 38 and wants to run to Congress. You don't think these neocons will dig that up and use it against her? Huh. Don't you sleep well thinking they won't.
I was going to school in Manitou Springs, Colorado. I dropped out of high school and was going job to job, and eventually these guys go by. What's up? So basically I was working job to job in a dead-end town, and as a high school dropout, and I started wanting that college money. So my father's a Vietnam vet, so I signed up into the Cavalry Scouts 1 month before September 11th. Went to basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky. Eventually went to my home duty station in Vilseck, Germany. Went to a 9-month Kosovo deployment, peacekeeping mission in Kosovo. Then when we got out of Kosovo, the war was starting off in Iraq. They told us I got 6 months to get ready to go. Went to international interdiction course in Stettin, Germany, which is a NATO-operated sniper school. Became a sniper in the U.S. Army and deployed to Iraq around the Diyala province for a year, doing sniper missions and filling in with the scouts. And I was there from February 4 to February 5. And while I was there, I was speaking out against the war. I was doing a lot of military blogging and a lot of posting and different things, organizing military within my forward operating base. And got out after a 10-month involuntary stop loss. I finally got honorably discharged in May of 2005. Came back to America, and I joined the Iraq Veterans Against the War while I was deployed in Iraq. They formed in the summer of '04, and I got in contact with them and joined up. So by the time I got back to the States, I hit the ground running. I was invited out to a Vets for Peace convention in Dallas, Texas, and met this young woman named Cindy there that asked me if I could stand by her side when she confronted the president about why her son died. I said, hell yeah. So we ended up in Crawford, and that exploded, and you know, I went on from there, just really mobilized and really organizing the veteran movement in America. And I saw within about a year's time, all the work we were doing basically shifted the atmosphere in America from basically supporting the war. 70% of people supported the war, and we're looking at today, 2007, where 70% are against the war. So things are changing. I feel like we're moving in the right direction. But despite the people who have changed their mind against the war, they're still not mobilized. They're still not taking action, and that's what we need to have happen. We need our politicians to know that the way they're voting today is going to affect their elections tomorrow, and that we're keeping a scoreboard, we're keeping a tally, and we're keeping a watch. And you know, they better start representing America, because the majority of Americans want the troops home now. The majority of Iraqis want the occupation gone from their country. The majority of soldiers don't want to fight this war. So we fail to have a representative government that truly reflects the will of the people. And that's a problem. And that's one of the reasons why I'm speaking out. I'm now the chairman of the board of Iraq Veterans Against the War. We've got, you know, numerous chapters. We've got chapters now on military bases. We've got members that are serving in Iraq currently. You know, the ball's rolling, and the train's moving and leaving the station. And you know, it's at a point now where, you know, you could get on the train or you can watch it pass by, because, you know, I think this country's getting mobilized against this war.
Yeah. Did you have a sort of a crystallizing moment? Did it happen that way, or was it a gradual process for you?
It was a gradual, you know, beating down of reality. You know, that's what it took for me. It didn't take one defining moment. It had to get beaten into me, you know, of where I am today. I certainly did not join, you know, the United States Cavalry thinking that when I come out on the other end of this, I'm going to be a political activist. You know, I thought I was going to be serving my country for 20 years and possibly retire or get my GI Bill and go to school and, you know, join society. But, you know, I had a gut instinct that it was wrong when I went there. When I went there, you know, in Iraq, I knew there wasn't any weapons of mass destruction. You know, there wasn't Al-Qaeda there when I got there. You know, all the reasons why we went turned out to be lies. And then they continue to try to justify why we were there. Foreign jihadists, you know, foreign extremists, you know, anti-Iraqi forces. Well, every body that I shot and dragged, I looked at the IDs, and they said Hib Hib Iraq, Al-Khalis Iraq, Baqaba Iraq. You know, these were Iraqi people trying to kill American soldiers. And then you're in that sector for a year, same sector, same area for a year, and you get to know those people. And then when you shoot somebody and you drag the body out and get them all in an area, and you look at them, it's like, hey, isn't that Ahmed, the guy who owns the market across the street? Didn't we accidentally raid his house and shoot his brother the other day? Oh, now he's trying to shoot an RPG at us. You know, big surprise.